Manus, it almost goes back to the Irish-English history. 1782, Lord North after the American Revolution. That was a small war over here a few years ago. And then you go back to 1956 and Anthony Eden. In the House of Commons yesterday, you as a member of the United Kingdom, what did you observe?
A slap in the face to Cameron from his parliamentarians who do not, at their peril, they have flashbacks to 2003 when Blair took the United Kingdom on the back of American intelligence into a war where they brought body after body after body home. I'm not saying that's what we're in Syria.
Describe this. This is very important for American viewers. The bringing home of the dead in a casket in the United Kingdom is totally different than the United States. We hide it. You rarely see it in the media. Describe a soldier dies in Afghanistan. What happens in the United Kingdom?
It makes the main news belts at 6 p.m. and at 10 p.m. in the United Kingdom, which is a very tragic situation. But there's a time where all the bodies go through Witten Bassett. It's carried on the news. They
follow the casket
through the town. Through the town, yeah. And I think that that's what's going on here, both from Parliament, politically, in Parliament, and indeed from a public opinion point of view.
Is this the final vote? Is this going to go through another vote?
No, next week he can come back to Parliament, and I think this is where, Margaret, you were speaking a little bit earlier, and I was listening to that conversation where Margaret Carlson said, listen, he could possibly come back for a better vote because the margin was slim in terms of how he lost. He lost by 13 votes.
Right.
But you know what? It's his own people that have really smacked him in the face. 50 Conservative
the Tory party
went against him.
Margaret, what would happen if there was a vote in Congress? Would the president get the votes?
I don't know. I kind of don't think so. The McCain wing is small, and what has happened in England happened here, which is it didn't happen during Bush's presidency as much as the hangover from that huge mistake of finding no WMDs in Iraq.
There was that scene of President Bush Sr., I'm thinking 8 weeks ago, with a child with cancer. He is fading. He is a World War II hero. And yet Manus has a nation where they look at everybody that comes home, and Tony Blair in 2003. We have a nation where we hide the caskets to a great extent. Why is that?
There are so few views of Dover Air Force Base where the bodies come home that you can remember them, because there are not very many of them.
How did we get there in your Washington?
Politicians certainly don't want us to see the ravages of war, because it's sad enough, and for that to be the drama, to bring it home to your countrymen.
I just want to finish with this one thought, which is this is an extraordinary assault on the Prime Minister, on Britain's authority. Now, this is important. This is the mid-Tory newspaper, which every demographic reads. And I leave you with this, which is the authority on the world stage has now been dealt an unprecedented blow. This is Cameron and Britain's position on the global international stage.
Will he resign like Lord North did in 1783?
No, not a chance. Not, as we say in Ireland, not a pup's chance.
We're thrilled to have you here. Manus, Cranny,